Obviously, Louisville has a different kind of quarterback than you guys have seen before. Does that change the preparation at all, and does it excite you to kind of face a guy that's that dynamic as he is?
Yeah, definitely. It's just one more added threat to the run game and the pass game because he can scramble and extend plays. So, throughout the week, we definitely have to pay close attention to that.
How have you guys tried to replicate, him? It's obviously not an easy thing to do, but there's things that you guys have been able to do with the scout team and other things to try to get that going?
Yeah. We actually have a backup quarterback. He's pretty mobile. So, Alonzo, he's been given a good look so far this week.
When you have such a mobile quarterback, you also have to be mindful of that element on top of the running backs and receivers that they've got, like you mentioned. What is that? How much of that changes for you guys and how you guys are preparing, especially when you have such an athletic and mobile overall offense? I wouldn't even just say quarterback, just the general offense itself.
Yeah. I think it'll be a great challenge for us. Like you said, mobile quarterback, athletic receivers on the perimeter, and good running backs. So just small things like for corners, we might have to be covering for a little longer just because the quarterback can extend the play. Um, so I think it'll just be a challenge, different challenge for all the positions on the field for defense this week.
And then when you have a team that is as confident as Louisville is right now after just upsetting a, well, no longer top 10 team,
Right.
how do you guys remain just as confident, if not more confident, walking into their house?
Definitely. That was one thing I noticed when I watched them play this weekend. Just the confidence that they're going to carry over into our game. Um, Goes back to just the experience we have on the team, and guys on this team have been in this type of game before. So just keeping the young guys poised, the rest of the team poised, and I think we should be good.
How fast is Alonzo?
Not faster than me, but he's pretty fast. He's got good speed.
And then, on the other side of you, you talk about some guys on the team have, been in these hostile environments, but maybe not so much Chauncey Logan. What have you kind of seen from him as a true freshman opposite of you, and, how is he kind of growing this year?
Of course, going into the season, I told Chauncey that this would be a year of growing pains. He was going to have ups, he was going to have downs. It was going to be things that he's going to learn, things that he's going to go through that may be tough. But he just has to stay poised through it all and just be willing to learn and just get better as every day goes on. He's done a good job of that.
I guess something similar, but Brent has played a bunch too at corner. Is it for you being an older guy? Is it kind of cool to see two true freshmen jumping in and playing as well as they have so far this year?
Of course, I played as a true freshman, so a lot of the things that they're doing, I kind of put myself in the older guy's shoes when I was a freshman and I had senior corners. So it's really cool to look at and watch.
When you talk about maybe having to hold your coverage a little longer against a guy like that, has that been part of the conversation with them this week? Like what all of you guys kind of discussed?
Yeah, it's been one of the things that we discussed. More importantly, really just dominating the perimeter and really just doing what we have to do. So then they have to go to the run and we can stop the run. So just really just dominating the pass game any way we can.
And we just asked Terrence, so are you a fan of the Philly teams too?
Not really.
No.
Uh,
Everybody I know from Newark is. So.
I know. I don't tell people that I'm not an Eagles fan, but yeah, nah. I know. Yep.
So then, what teams do you support then?
So as I'm getting older, I know for NFL, I don't really have a necessarily a favorite team, but I kind of watch players and matchups. Um, Baseball, I got to go with the Orioles. Yeah, so that's it.
At this point in the season, how important is your leadership on this team? I mean, obviously, some players, probably look to you at this point who haven't been through this before.
Definitely. My leadership, my experience. Um, I think that they look up to me a lot, and that kind of just motivates me more to go out there and practice hard because I'm under a microscope. So I just want to give it my all every day.
And you were saying that you did play as a true freshman, really having that experience. How is that helping you this year? Perhaps to have that extra experience under your belt.
I'm blessed. Just over the years, just to play a lot of football and get a lot of snaps. So just the experience I've had has made me very comfortable playing this game. That's really it.
What are those conversations like on the sideline with younger guys in the secondary, trying to learn and grow? You just help them grow. You've been in their shoes before, so you know what they're going through, but what has it been like for you trying to teach them and help them grow that way?
It's been great. Even yesterday, Chauncey came up to me after practice and just asked me a question of how I practice a certain way and things like that. So I'm willing to give them as much knowledge as I have before I leave James Madison.
Obviously, kind of learning over the bye week that you're not going to have Sam Kidd for the remaining of the year. What kind of impact is this defense missing with Sam, and how are you guys going about replacing that?
Of course, Sam's news is heartbreaking, at least for me. I've gotten very close to Sam over the last year. That kind of just reminded me that play every play like it's your last. Sam didn't know that was going to be his last game, but I know that's giving dudes like me and other seniors motivation to play for Sam and go on the field and play for Sam. But it is a big loss for our defense, for sure.
Earlier you talked about, watching Louisville, and were you able to actually watch that game, live since you guys didn't have a game on Saturday? And what was kind of your, going through your mind when they're playing that well against the top 10 team like that?
Definitely. I watched the whole game from start to finish. Like I said, they're a good team. They have a good offense with a good quarterback that can run their offense really well. So, like I said, you can't be mad at games like this. It's a great opportunity for us, and we just need to practice hard this week and go out there and do what we do, honestly.